My name is Tiago. My PhD thesis is about sensor recovery. So imagine that you have an autonomous vehicle with two different sensors and one of the sensors fails. My thesis is about how to recover the missing modality, the missing sensor data, to avoid that the car stops, because the car needs all of the sensors to operate. So I'm trying to overcome that situation when a sensor fails. I found two things actually that surprised me. The first thing is that synthetic data is actually useful for training models, and it can actually improve results. Synthetic data is a data that is not coming from a real sensor or the real environment. Imagine that you have your camera is taking pictures. For me, that will be a real data, because it's coming from a real sensor, in this case the camera, and the real environment. Synthetic data in this scenario will be, for example, images created by the generative AI models. So those will be synthetic, they are not coming from the real world environment. When we translated the data from LiDAR to camera, we create a dataset that is synthetic. So it's not a real dataset coming from the environment, it's a dataset that is created by a network. And by using that data in extension to the real data, we got better results. So it's showing that synthetic data is a path that we should explore more in autonomous vehicles, because it helps the performance of the models that we are training. The other surprising thing that we found is that semantic segmentation can be a very good middleman to train networks in other tasks. So instead of only providing raw data, sometimes providing just a bit of extra information, more abstract information, really helps a network to know the path for the training. We need to pay attention when we are talking about autonomous vehicles, in this case the sensor failure, because an autonomous vehicle is a very sophisticated piece of technology. Everything needs to work perfectly, all the sensors need to work perfectly, such that the car can actually drive alone. If a sensor fails, we can actually halt the autonomous vehicle system because of that. So what we are trying to do is coming with networks, with safeguards that prevent that the autonomous vehicle will completely stop or halt. So this can be beneficial for that, because it's a safeguard for the autonomous vehicle and for the passengers in the vehicle. When we see the state-of-the-art networks and the state-of-the-art models, they all work on the assumption that everything is working perfectly, that we don't have sensor failures and we don't have critical situations to handle. So by switching a bit the research and the way we do research to focus on real case scenarios, I think it's a very beneficial way of doing research, because we really want to have an autonomous vehicle that can perform in the wild. So for that we need to do research that mimics those situations. It's a very nice journey to do a PhD. It's not only about doing research and writing papers and having results. Doing a PhD is a journey that will change you as a person. I was PhD representative in different boards of the university, and I think that experience, it's very uplifting and lets you understand that research is more than sitting on your computer and doing papers. It's also about creating an environment that you feel safe and welcome in.